tonight, but only 20 years of age. Let's see what we make of him up against Arv Mittoo, regular on the circuit from Birmingham, second round.
Second round. The blonde-haired Chris Steele and Arv Mittoo sporting a kind of well, pineapple hairstyle as favoured by the footballer Jason Lee a few years ago. Don't think he has it anymore. Just got to be careful, Steele, that he doesn't get careless.
Well, Mittoo has to start doing some work. He has to, you know, he's had a lot of fights. He hasn't won that many, but obviously, you know, he's got some experience. He starts to need to bring that into play and let some punches go. He caught Steele with a decent right hand there. Steele just blinking, maybe just a few flashes for a second.
Just left himself open to the right hand as well there, Steele. He wasn't actually made to pay for it by Mittoo. Well, all boxers from the Knobs gym, where the emphasis there is on being able to look after yourself by hook or by crook in there. They don't bother with the trimmings in there. They just go in there basically and get into the ring and do a bit of work. Spencer Oliver found out on that trick that night.
Spencer was the one that got hit more than anybody else.
Not always above the belt though, and that was by Nobby Knobs himself. A little bit of blood from the nose of Steele, who needs to tighten up his defense as he moves up in class. Getting away with it here, he might not on another evening.
No, Mittoo's had more success in this round. Probably still busy, but Mittoo's doing a lot better and starting to catch Steele more and more.
Breathing a little heavily as well, Steele, just showing his inexperience here. Technically, he looked the boss in the first round, working behind his jab. Here he's left himself open and tried to slug out with Mittoo, and now it looks much harder work, and Mittoo's enjoying this more. He's slapping a bit with some of these shots, but he's scoring with plenty now, the Birmingham journeyman.
Yes, now he's got a bit of confidence. Now I think he feels, you know, he can hurt Steele, and he's starting to take the fight to Steele.
Took a left hand as well there, Steele. Just wonder about his stamina a little bit here. He looks pretty weak on those legs to me at the moment, Glenn.
Yes, he's breathing heavily. I think he's been hurt with a couple of punches, and he's not enjoying it now.
Well, he was so sharp in that opening round, most of it anyway. But Mittoo's beginning to work him over here and getting through with some shots. And he could be on his way to a rare win here if Steele doesn't pick it up. He's all over the place in that round, Chris Steele. He really was.
If you don't win this, I'm fucking walking with this.
A smile on the face of Arv Mittoo, who landed more, as you can see, in that second round, and they were quite heavy-ish looking shots to an open head target.
Yeah, I think I may have heard Nobby Knobs saying something along the lines, if you don't win this, you're walking home. So he obviously thinks his man can win.
I thought they had to do that anyway in that gym.
There's a left hook, just flicked it around, didn't really get a lot of power in, but it was enough just to upset Steele, and there's a few other decent punches upset him.
Mittoo's only ever scored 2 stoppage wins in his whole career of 43 fights. So it really would be something if we saw that happen tonight. Can't rule it out. Third round of 4. Steele needed that minute's break. He was puffing as he went back to the corner and again on the stool. Getting marked up a little around the face too, Chris Steele, from Dodworth, just down the road from here in Barnsley.
Steele needs to keep busy. He can't allow Mittoo to get confidence.
Oh, it's another left hand, and he was a sitting target for it. Still, there's no head movement, and again, he can't fight like this. He must not fight like this. Well, he's completely forgotten some of the boxing he was putting together in the first round when he was jabbing quite nicely. He's completely lost the plot at the moment, Steele.
Well, that often happens to a fighter, especially a young fighter, inexperienced, who, you know, they get hit and then they don't know what to do.
His fans have gone rather quiet at the moment. This has turned into a real laboured struggle for Steele.
Well, he's getting hit time and time again. He doesn't really look that happy in there. He's got to start throwing punches back. His Mittoo's just teeing off on him.
Well, he just looks bemused to me, Steele. All that lack of amateur experience showing us. Another big left hook got through from Mittoo, and that rocked Steele. He's trying to fight on instinct somehow, but it is only instinct. He's very unsteady on those legs as well.
Yes, he looks sick. He's trying to fight back, but he's getting hit with too many punches. Needs some sort of defense.
Uppercut. I think he could be taken out here, Steele, unless he's very careful. The referee starts to have a close look. Now badly cut by the left eye too. The referee maybe needs to step in here, because I think Chris Steele is in a bad way in there.
Well, he's out of it to me. He's out on his feet. He's gamely trying to throw some punches back, but I think he's just a few punches away from being stopped.
He's blinking away the blood in front of his eyes, but he really looks out of it.
Well, I think I'd have stopped it now. Yeah. And the referee's going to.
He's going to look at the cut now, is he? He hasn't stopped the fight. He's just going to look at the cut. So this is a welcome break for Steele, who badly needed it, but I think a lot of referees would have stopped this contest by now. And Glenn McCrory, had he been a referee, would have been one of them.
Most definitely.
And it is stopped. It's stopped officially on the cut, but that was really an authentic stoppage win for me, for Arv Mittoo. Only the third he's ever scored in 44 fights. And the brutal and cruel truth is that Chris Steele really has to do a lot more work and tighten up enormously before he even thinks of getting into a ring again.
Yes, he does. I mean, Arv Mittoo gets his stoppage win. They're as rare as full eclipses of the moon, so he'll be happy with that. But he was really out of it. His defense was non-existent towards the end. He was gamely trying to fight back Chris Steele, but, you know, he was out of it. And, you know, he was just going to take more and more punches.
Well, that is a really worrying defeat, I'm afraid, for Chris Steele. Because if you're getting stopped like this by Arv Mittoo, you have to seriously consider whether there is any future. All over. Referee Roy Snipe waving it away.
Let's let the cat out of the bag here. Mittoo was the opponent in that fight. That was not supposed to be happening.
No, but Norman Nobby Nobs' boys are very competent fighters. They're actually very skilled. And he started that fight, I think, the first round, expecting another losing fight. Let's go the distance and get a payday. And then suddenly he thought, hold on to the first. I could win this, you know. And Chris Steele's defence was actually very poor. And I think he shocked himself there, because he's, as Ian rightly said, it's only his third stoppage win in 43. Chris Steele's defence, non-existent. I mean, everything Arv Mittoo was throwing, he was catching him with. If he's got any future in the sport, Chris, he's got to work on his defence.
So a big upset here. Arv Mittoo suddenly on the up. But you just fear for a young man, as you said there, with such little basics.
Yes, I think so. I mean, he offensively he's quite good. He's got a nice jab. He's quite sharp. He's a quick puncher. But I just feel that tonight he was tested for the first time. It's only his third fight, and weaknesses were shown up.
Well, whatever, there are going to be bigger tests for that young man. Let's hope he can regroup and come back the stronger.